Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Julie from Living Large on Lifetime, and today it's time for another episode of WWWWJD. What would Weight Watcher Julie do? If you guys haven't noticed, I have reduced these episodes down to just one time per week, Thursday afternoons, and that's just simply because I need to film outdoors, and it's hard to find the time during the week to film outdoors in the daylight, so Thursday afternoons just work. So Thursday it is for WWWWJD. Also, just a reminder, although I do work for Weight Watchers as a receptionist, and I've been doing Weight Watchers for almost 3 years, I've lost 40 pounds. This channel is not endorsed by or affiliated with Weight Watchers, and everything I'm about to say is my own opinion. So let's jump right into the questions. I have 3 really great questions for you guys today. The first one, I so apologize, but I accidentally deleted the name, so I don't know who submitted this question, but this is an excellent question, and I think one that a lot of people are having right now, so I want to address this for sure. It says, hello, I love your channel as it has really helped me stay motivated these past few months. However, I'm struggling on Freestyle. Of the new free foods, I eat only eggs and yogurt, no chicken, fish, seafood, beans, etc. So when my points dropped, I really didn't get the advantage of adding in the 0-point foods, but lost 7 points. I feel like I'm on a diet now and my freedom to choose is limited. Maybe it's a mental thing, but I'm hungry all the time now and have only lost 4 pounds since starting the new program. On Smart Points, I had lost 130 pounds in 7 months. That's insane. That's amazing. Gosh, I'm so close to my goal, 14 pounds to go, but now seriously thinking about quitting Weight Watchers. On Connect, it was suggested to me that I put myself into maintenance mode and just count my eggs and yogurt like I did before, this kind of going back to the old Smart Points program. Do you think I should do this or give Freestyle more time? I absolutely think you should give Freestyle more time. Number one, Freestyle is based on science. Weight Watchers did not just create this new program so that we could have more freedom and flexibility, but it's actually based on nutritional science and behavioral science. So it has a lot of backing. Weight Watchers usually updates its programs or models their programs according to the latest up-to-date scientific evidence for both nutritional science and behavioral science. So I definitely think you should give Weight Watchers Freestyle longer to evaluate how it's going to work for your body, how it's working now. So I guess what you need to do first, you've been on the program for a while, so let's now evaluate what you're eating now versus what you were eating before Freestyle. What has changed for you food-wise? What foods are you adding in? What are you not having now? What has changed with your activity level? Is there something different you're doing there? You did say there are some 0-point foods that you like eggs and yogurt, but are there any 0-point foods that may not agree with your body? For me, it was beans. For you, it might be eggs. Maybe your body can't handle that many egg yolks, and you could try splitting up regular eggs with some egg white substitute or regular egg whites. Maybe you're having too much yogurt. You said you like eggs and yogurt. I know for me also, I have to be careful and not have too much yogurt because I love it. But really, in my experience, Freestyle takes about a 2-month adjustment time. For most people, a 2-month adjustment period. It took that long for me to really adjust and fine-tune the program according to my body and my needs. Because it is such a more relaxed program and there's so much more flexibility, it is going to take a while to fine-tune it to your body, your specific needs. Everybody is different. Your likes and your dislikes, they're all different. So I would very highly recommend that you take a closer look at what you're eating first and see if there's anything you can fine-tune or maybe reduce a little bit or change, something that may have been different before you started Freestyle that you can maybe revert back to without really messing with the points, if you know what I mean. You might want to add more fruits and vegetables. Are you eating more or less fruits and vegetables than you were eating? Just take a really close look at all the food you're eating right now and see if there's anything you can fine-tune, reduce, experiment with, start with the food. If that doesn't work for you and you've given it sufficient time, then you might want to take a look at the points themselves. So for example, you're allowed 23 smart points per day. You are probably allowed 30 before, I'm guessing. Most people were on 30. If you're at 23 smart points per day, and you're probably allowed at least 28 smart points per week. So can you live with maybe 28 smart points per day instead of bouncing back up to the full 30? Can you do just 28 smart points per day? If you can do that, do 28 smart points a day. Use your weeklies for that. If you use all your dailies and all your weeklies to do 28 smart points per day, you'll still need another 7 points for the week so that you don't go negative. Use your fit points. A lot of people are so stuck in the realm of not using their fit points, not using their weeklies, that they're afraid to do that now, but that's what they're there for. And especially with Freestyle, if you've lost points, but you're not eating a lot of the 0 points foods, then use your weeklies for some of the foods that you used to eat before. Enjoy them. Use your fit points. Eat those foods still. Enjoy them. Just count the points and work them into your budget. And maybe you don't have to have those pointed foods that you used to eat every day. And then also, you could also look at maybe some of the other 0 points foods. There are hundreds on the list, and I know by hundreds there are specific categories like beans, seafood, but maybe there's a seafood out there that you haven't tried that you might love. Maybe there's a way to prepare chicken that you haven't tried that you might love. So explore those 0 points foods and see if there are more that could actually work for you and work to your advantage. Use some more 0 points foods if you can, and then still eat some of those pointed foods. It's okay to use your fit points. Make sure you earn at least 7 fit points for the week and you're good. You're golden. If you're a person who uses extra fit points on the weekends, just make sure that you earn enough fit points to do that on the weekends as well. So to me, it's all a numbers game, and I know it's also a matter of preferences, like if you don't prefer chicken, if you don't prefer seafood, but I fully believe there's a way to work in what you enjoy and what you love. Another suggestion is start with, I feel like I'm all over the place on this, but I've heard this so much lately. There's like so many people that are enjoying and loving Freestyle, and then there's a few people here and there that are just finding that it's not working yet for them, and I totally feel like there's a way to make it work for everyone. So another suggestion I have is take a look at the meals that you were eating before Freestyle and just see if you can reduce them by a point or two per meal. Just try to reduce the points, and then at the same time try to explore a little more and see if there's more of the 0 point foods you might like, or maybe some different things you can do with eggs or yogurt so that you can just make the points balance more. You could also set your points to maintenance and then count your eggs and yogurt, but to me that absolutely defeats the entire purpose of Freestyle, which is meant to make us feel like we're less on a diet. So I find it absolutely more freeing not to have to count, not to have to weigh, not to have to measure. The loss of the 7 points is minimal. I have adjusted my regular diet somewhat in that I really don't have red meat very often anymore, and I love red meat, so I need to find a way to work that in more often. But for the most part, I'm actually making way healthier choices than I used to. Way healthier. So to me, Freestyle has just been absolutely freeing. And if you go back to the 30 points, if you put yourself on maintenance and you count your eggs and your yogurt, you're absolutely defeating the purpose of the science behind the nutrition and the science behind the behavior too. So weight loss is not easy. You know this because you lost how many pounds in 7 months? Weight loss is not easy, and it's not just simply following a written plan. It's also so much behavior and feelings and thought process. So it's not going to be easy switching to a new program. You still got to work it. You still got to kind of make it your own and fine tune it. Find what's going to work for you versus me versus anybody else. So I don't know. I love freestyle, so I'm all about it. And I get that it doesn't work for everyone. I get that our bodies are different, but I would really give it a really honest, fair shot, at least 2 to 3 months, to see if you can work it to fit your body, because you've already lost so much and you're so close. Don't forget too that the closer you get, the pounds are gonna come off slower. So maybe that's part of it too. I don't know. If you want some extra help, I do not know who this is. I apologize. If you want some extra help, reach out to me. My email is in the description box, and I would be happy to take a look at some of your pre-freestyle menus and your post-freestyle menus and see if we can fine-tune a little bit and figure out something that might work for you within the guidelines of the freestyle program. That is my suggestion. So thank you so much for the question, and I feel like I'm a little scattered on the subject because there's a lot of ways to make it work, but it's also very independent. So your specific situation with regards to freestyle and how it may not be working for you is going to be absolutely different from the next person's experience with freestyle and how it may or may not be working for them. So it's just really independent. But I do have a lot of suggestions as far as digging in to see what foods. It might be something with the foods, it might be something with the points, it might be your activity level. So if this doesn't help, absolutely reach out to me and I'd be happy to see if I could help you further. Okay, next question is from the day in life of Sydney's mama. Hello. What is some advice on starting a Weight Watchers YouTube channel, like how to hold a camera, how to reply to comments, and stuff like that? Well, I do have to say that having a YouTube channel has absolutely held me so very much accountable over the last year. It's also been a lot of fun. So, first of all, I have to say, you've got to find your why. As with doing the Weight Watchers program, why do you want to start a YouTube channel? Is it just because you have some spare time and you want to have a hobby? Are you like absolutely passionate about something and you want to share with people? Are you looking to be held more accountable and you need people to interact with to help you be accountable? So what are you passionate about that you want to share? Where will the direction of your channel go? Is there a subject that you want to focus on? Do you have a specific niche or a passion? Find this out first and set out your plan before you start filming. You want to know where you're going before you start out on the road. So secondly, I use my phone. I just have an iPhone. I don't remember what number it is, but whatever you use to film, you'll want to make sure you have a ton of space because the videos take a ton of space. So make sure you have enough space for the videos themselves, and then also for whatever software program, whatever app you're going to use to edit and upload the videos. If you're going to use a different device like a camera, make sure you know fully how to transfer the files from your camera to your computer, and that you have a good editing software program on your computer to edit and upload the videos. So that's all like technical stuff, and it's like way above me, so I just use my phone. And it's absolutely easy too. I just use, what is it, iMovie? I think it's iMovie to edit. So super easy. Okay, when filming this, I am so not the best example of this, and I've had like literally 2 people have called me out on it, and I can't change, you guys. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I've tried. And what I'm talking about is looking at the viewfinder versus looking at the screen. My viewfinder is there, and some people have said that I don't really talk to you guys because I'm not looking at the viewfinder, I'm looking at the screen. Well, I have tried that, and I'm so sorry, but it's so distracting to have this large screen in front of me, and it just doesn't feel real to stare at a little circle and talk to you guys like that when I'm looking at myself out of my peripheral. I've tried and I can't do it. So if you want to look directly at your audience, look directly at the viewfinder. If you don't mind, look at the screen. I figure that 6,000 people have gotten used to the way I look at the camera, so thanks you guys, thank you. I know I don't do it properly, but I tried. Also, you want to hold the camera as steady as possible or use a tripod. I'm usually on the go, so I'm pretty much holding my camera all the time, unless I'm filming an official, not official, but like a sit-down kind of product review or something, or yeah, I'm pretty much holding my camera. If you're walking around, try not to walk too fast or pan back and forth too much, because it does make people dizzy. And also when you're filming, just try to be as natural as possible. Just be the real you, be genuine. Don't try to be some YouTube personality or some superstar, just be yourself. And as far as answering comments, again, just be genuine, be yourself, answer in truth and honesty, and get to them as you can. Because I sometimes have no time for comments, usually on the weekends, so just do the best you can. I hope that helped anybody who's looking to start a YouTube channel. All right, last question for today is from Tracy Rogers. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy says, I find that I can be following my plan fine, but as soon as something happens that makes me unhappy, like someone saying something that disturbs me, or I have to deal with an unpleasant situation at work, or even when my kids have a bad day, I sabotage myself and start to binge on any sweets, then salties, then breads that I can find in the house. How can I stop myself from getting out of control? I've been a Weight Watcher for years, and I know we talk about this at meetings, but I still haven't conquered this. So this is actually a habit or a behavior. So you need to realize that, first of all, your body and your mind is used to going for those things when you feel this emotional pull or this emotional upset. So this is a habit or a behavior, and that means you need to retrain this, retrain your thoughts, retrain your body, retrain that automatic trigger. So in order to do that, you first need to identify when you might fall into this behavior and be prepared for it. Be prepared. First thing to do to be prepared is to not have those binge or trigger or emotional foods in the house at all. Your sweets, your salties, your breads. There are some things that most of us can eat within reason and not kind of go off the deep end, and there are some that are just going to pull us into that binge every single time. Identify those triggers and just don't have them in the house. If you have other family members who want to have Oreos, or I don't know, I'm not a sweets person, so if you have other family members who want to have these things in the house, number one, get the things that you don't like. There's got to be something that they love and they go after, and you're like, get those things for them. Try not to have any of the things in the house that are going to be your triggers and the thing that's going to set you off. If they're not in the house, then you won't be tempted to go to them when you're in one of those emotional moods. The second thing you can do is have alternate foods handy. So like fruits instead of sweets, maybe some Weight Watchers salty snacks instead of your other salties. Maybe do some 2-ingredient rolls or bread something instead of regular bread. Have some sort of substitute so that when that feeling hits, until you break that I gotta eat behavior, have something else, have an alternative on hand, so at least it's not as damaging. And do this ahead of time. Shop for this ahead of time, make this ahead of time, have it ready for you right there so that you're prepared when these moods strike. You could do like yogurt with add-ins, have a few jars of those in the refrigerator for yourself. Fruit, of course, is one that I eat a lot, and I even enjoy grilled chicken breasts cut into strips, dipped into dips, like blue cheese dressing, mustard. Just find something that you actually enjoy eating that is lower in points that you could do instead of those trigger foods. And then the last thing I really recommend is to make a list of alternative activities that you can do instead of running to food. Put this on the refrigerator or on your snack cabinet, wherever you're running to get these foods. Post a very physical list. It could be things like go for a walk and listen to an audiobook, listen to a podcast, work on a craft project like crocheting. I do crochet, I do latch hook, puzzles, scrapbooking, work on a craft project, take a bubble bath and do a facial, paint your nails, call a friend, go browse Connect. That's a good one. And it's super easy. We all have our phone on us all the time. Watch your favorite YouTube people. Just make a physical list and post it physically in the area where you're prone to need it the most. So those are my suggestions. These are habits and behaviors that we absolutely can break. I used to be an emotional eater, and now it's very, very rare for me to turn to food. I have to be either already in a very delicate state, or somebody has to really, really push my buttons. So it is something you can work yourself out of. It just takes practice. So that's it for me today, guys, for WWWWJD. Stay tuned for the next one next week. As always, if you have any questions about Weight Watchers, or, I mean, this is pretty much about Weight Watchers, but if you have any questions for me in general, I think a lot of us have a lot of the same questions. There are no stupid questions, and a lot of us are thinking the exact same question that you are. So don't be afraid to ask. Post any of your questions down below, and I will address them in the next WWWWJD. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for watching.